wasn't Super Saturday amazing? How many did you guys all go? Did you all attend either a live?
I watched from home.
Okay, awesome. Oh, I forgot there's some people on Zoom too. Okay, that's fun. I'm looking at Lisa's living room, so it's nice to see everyone. Okay, let's see. Lisa, are you able to mute?
Yes, I'm going to do this now. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So hooray that everyone went to Super Saturday. I thought that the content was really good.
Shouldn't be.
That's it for her. Hold on.
You should be able to, as the host there.
I did it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so Super Saturday was basically giving us the system. And it's not necessarily, well, it may be completely different than what you've done. I was just on a call with corporate, and if you have been doing more of a like posting and waiting for people to come to you, then the system will seem very different. But I just wanted to say, make sure that I just want to make sure that we're following the system, because that's like the crux of this business. It's not like any rocket science, but if you have been kind of used to doing a certain thing, then it might feel like you're changing what you do to follow this particular system. But it's a simple thing: send, share, invite. And so you're asking permission to share a video, and the scripts are in the back office, and you guys probably all wrote them down. But yeah, super simple. It's just you're asking to send a video, and then you're sending that third-party tool. So it's nothing that has the potential to be salesy. You're basically allowing them to sell themselves the product because they're sharing with you what they tracked with from that video. So that system is really important to follow, and to just do those 5 to 10 sending messages per day. But anyways, that's kind of a side note. I wanted to talk a little bit about ranking up. So who did the homework last night for ranking up? And so there was a couple things that I encouraged everyone to do. So to write down the rank you want, go find a YouTube video that explains what you need to do, and then write down your game plan on paper. And the reason I did that instead of basically telling you what you need is that as you are taking self-initiative to go find that out, you're going to own it more than if I would just tell you what you need. You know what I mean? So you're evaluating where you are, where you want to go, what you need to get there, and then the one thing I didn't say is to put a date on that. And you guys can all ask your sponsors. You can show your sponsors. Just send them a message or a screenshot of what you wrote down, and then if you're having trouble knowing how to put a date on that, ask your sponsor to help you, because some people look at a goal and they're like I was when I first joined, and well, it took me a couple of months to go silver, and then because I was just dabbling and learning, and then from there my belief was really small, and I didn't know how to goal set with the time frame. And so my goal was to go gold in a year. But that was put out way too far in advance because I went gold a lot quicker than I expected. And the expectation now with this system is that people go gold in 3 months by following that me plus 3 system. And so I wanted to instill some just truth bombs to share with you my brain space. And so the idea behind the homework was for you guys to write down what you need. And so that you have that knowledge, but the key from here is to put that knowledge into action. Because if you keep throw out a post on Facebook every once in a while, you're not going to see the results you want to see if you follow the system. So the system is our train track, okay, to get us where we want to go for our goals. So the first key is to set the goal and map it out. Decide the date and then commit. And so Justin is working with a coach. I don't know if you guys heard this story on the team page, but basically he told his coach to kick his butt, basically, because his goals for himself. So he's like, all right, game on, let's do it. And so Justin set his goal and set his date and met with his coach. And his coach said, well, are you committed to that goal? And Justin said, yeah, I'm committed. And he's like, okay, I want you to write out a check for $1,000 to an organization that my husband doesn't agree with. And he's like, hey, wait, I don't want to do that. And the coach said, well, you're not committed to your goal if you aren't willing to write that check out, and if you don't hit your goal by that date, you're sending it so that's on record that you contributed $1,000 to this organization. And so it was a learning moment for Justin, because he's like, all right, I have to commit to my goal. And so I wanted to say, if you want to rank up, I wrote down a couple of points. Number one, it must become a priority. And notice I didn't say it must become the priority, okay? I would say most of us, probably all of us, Plexus is not the only thing we do in life, okay? It's one of the things we do. And you may be working a full-time job besides, mom, husband, whatever else you're doing. You may be homeschooling kids like I am, or doing ministry, or all of the things, right? And so it has to become enough of a priority that you commit to your goal, and commit especially to the daily work. So, and I think this also relates back to your why, your why. So if you haven't written down why you're doing it, and written down a specific pain point of what's going to happen if you don't hit your goal, you want to make sure that it's painful enough. And that kind of leads me to something I was talking to Lisa about yesterday. I was on my way home from Super Saturday, and I thought, you know what? Whatever your goal is, gift yourself some sort of little prize. Maybe it's to take a little weekend trip somewhere. Maybe it's to buy yourself. I know when Jessica Huffley made her goal to go senior gold, she said, I'm going to buy myself, when I hit that goal, I'm going to buy myself a North Face jacket, because I've always wanted one, but I've never, prioritized that for myself. And so she was going to take her bonus and buy that. And so I would encourage you, give yourself a reward or some kind of little incentive, and print a picture of it and put it. No, that's my goal. That's what I want to reward myself with, right? Number two, you must personally sponsor. This goes without saying. If you want to get to your goal, you have to personally sponsor. You just have to get over the fear factor. If it's scary to you, or if it's uncomfortable, or you're afraid of rejection, or whatever those things are, it's kind of like learning a skill set. And so the more you do it, the more, not that it's going to become less scary, because even as a diamond, when I reach out to people, it's scary, because you have no idea if if the person is wanting what you're offering, unless they've told you, like if they've confided in you about their finances or their health. Sometimes you may not know, right? And so personally, really this system that we learned at Super Saturday, it's the same thing that the basic gist of working this business is the same. We do have a few more products that we get to share with people, but the me plus 3 and them plus 3 is just like, that's the core, that's the basis of your business. If you're spending a lot of your time crafting posts, or I don't know if you have like a private info group about Plexus, if that's where all your time is spent, then you need to readjust your Plexus priorities, because that's more of like management, or like extra time after you've done your core work for the day. Okay. So number 3, we must help others help 3. So this is the system that was taught, and it works if you work the system. I remember Jessica saying, if you do this and it doesn't work for you, I will buy you a pony, because it's basically that we have to commit to the system. So, and also this is something that I've learned by doing, is that the more you welcome the more they will welcome. And you'll inspire your team and you'll inspire other people when they see, oh, she's sharing, I think I could share with a couple of people. You may not have people on your team yet that want to go emerald or diamond or ruby, right? But every single person can help one. Every single person can help three. And so I think it starts with asking the question. And so if I could go back and do something different in my Plexus journey, it would be to first reach out to my closest circle of people. And Christy Hull and I trained in Alabama for Super Saturday, and we chatted Plexus for a couple of days. But she and I both agreed that if we could go back, I mean, we do have belief now. We know this works, all those things. But when we started, it was kind of like, I see other people, but will this work for me? And, you have all those questions. And so I think also we came from the standpoint of like, oh, I don't want, they'll just come to me because they'll see my posts. But, I don't know if people close to me would be working the business now with me if I would have approached them. But that's a regret that I did my my super close circle of girlfriends and my sisters and just say, hey, you should do this with me. I know I did with my sisters, but I should have been probably just more bold in sharing the opportunity. And the second thing that I would do differently is reach out doing really well with this opportunity. That I did not do that, I think, because I came in for products. So I've just put that assumption on every single person is that was what they would be interested in. And the reason people build their teams quickly is because they get business builders on there. And so get past that fear or that funny mindset of, oh, well, they don't want the business. They have to try the products first. It's not true, because there are a lot of people who are open for probably have no idea that you believe in them like you're thinking. And so share, like if you have people that you're thinking of that are coming to go to bed tonight, and just simply say exactly what's on your heart. Like, hey, you've been on my heart for whatever reason, you popped in my head, and I wanted to ask if you would be open to talking, a little. Okay, so go through your Franks list or your downloaded Facebook friends list and circle the people that you see as potential business builders and reach out to them. Do it now, because they may take them some time to think about it or to watch you some more before they're committing to that. Okay, so if you want to take it to the next level, you want to rank up, that's your goal, your business goal, is you have to rise up. And you have to think of it in terms of, I got to take it to the next level. So whatever I'm doing currently, I'm probably going to have to increase action to get the desired results that I want. And so the idea of self-initiative, I was thinking of, a lot of us have it naturally, but the people joining us, if you did not reach out to them about the business, they may not have it. You may have to handhold some of your more wholesale type people to help them go silver. And so you're the creative, enthusiastic force. So you have to come into your business with that vibe. You know what I mean? And so a couple of keys to ranking up. Honestly, I really believe that mindset is a huge piece. And so if you think about your business, and maybe as a little plant or maybe just as a thing, and you have a cloud around your business, and what the cloud is comprised of is what you're thinking and what you're saying. We have a running commentary going through our head, and if you're constantly plagued with head trash about how and why this is not going to work for you, guess what? It's not going to work, right? So we have to change the way we think, and we also have to change the way we're speaking to ourselves and speaking over our business. So I would just challenge you, consider, when was the last time that you spoke out your goal to someone, or you talked to your husband or your kids or your sponsor about, hey, I know this year that I'm going to have business builders join me. I know that I'm going to have people that rank up to silver and to gold and to senior gold. And my team is I'm going to build a legacy team. Like, are you speaking those kind of big things over your business? Because I would say if you're not, you need to start, because what we say and what we think matters. Also, if you want life change, if you want lives to change, okay, because through this opportunity, you guys are going to end up changing people's lives, both physically and financially, and even I would say emotionally, and just in light of personal growth. Because to do Plexus and to be successful, it's a skill set, and it's a growing curve. It's a learning curve. And so you're not going to stay the same person, because you're going to get better at the things, right? And so in order to have life change and lives changed, we have to initiate action. And it goes back to the simple system that we learned at Super Saturday. So two things that I would do differently is to reach out about the business sooner than later, especially to close circle, and even go out of your close circle. If you have an acquaintance or you see someone on Facebook that was in network marketing before and maybe they're not anymore, approach those people, because this opportunity with Plexus is like none other. And people from other companies, when they see our compensation plan, when they hear that opportunity video and hear Abby Kappa say, I researched all the companies, I did my footwork, and this hands down is the best. And so those type of people are going to be intrigued and they want to hear more. And then I would say the other thing that I didn't do in the beginning was the them plus 3. I definitely did the me plus 3. Actually, I did like the me plus 10 some months, right? So I was like really actively sponsoring myself, but it didn't, I mean, unless you're going to work Plexus like a full-time business, which I didn't, and I don't, it's in the time blocks that I have set aside for Plexus. I didn't have the time to help people add people outside of like team page, posting on my team page, or, you know, a little bit of private messaging. I expected if people wanted this opportunity that they were going to go do the things. They're going to see what I'm doing. They're going to do the things. That was my mindset. But if I could go back and change something, and I'm also changing how I'm doing things with my new ambassadors, I'm helping them find their 3. And I'm even with the people that join me for the products, I'm asking them and plugging them into my little system with a wholesaler. I ask them the question, hey, what are your thoughts about sharing? Or, hey, when I'm signing them up over the phone, so make sure you're doing that so they get signed up correctly. They have the Smart Start, right, with their welcome pack. Especially those $199 welcome packs are amazing. Their subscription, and asking them the question, hey, would you be game for making a post on social media if I give you what to say? Or, hey, would you be game for sharing my story, and help them make a post, right? And then if they do that, I help them. If they do that, then I'll help them make that post. I'll help them work that post. A lot of times they'll get some likes and some comments, but they need to know what to say, right? And so since we're doing the system, we're going to say, hey, I saw you commented on my Plexus post. I am so excited. Do you mind if I share a little video with you that explains more about it? And then from there, you can send them, and you could even ask them like what piques their interest more, if they have some health goals, or if they're more kind of intrigued in the business part. And then you're going to send them a third-party tool, okay? So I would say what I've been doing is, if they do that, then I help them, then I host a little online event for them. Or if they're local, you can do hey, I'll come over Thursday night, I'll bring my pink drink, invite 5 or 6 friends, and I'll share my story. Okay, so that's super simple. But the system that we're learning is taking all the busy things out and doing just simply messaging, asking the question, hey, would you be open to hearing more about the company that I just joined? I'm super excited, right? That we got those verbiage examples. And let's see. The other thing that I was going to encourage everyone with is to plan to rank, but not just to hit, like, for example, if you say, okay, gold is my plan to be gold by March, or to be gold by April or May, right? I'm going to be gold or senior gold at convention. plan to rank, but also plan to maintain and grow past that. If you plan to just hit a rank and then you're done, if you're not like in growth mindset, you're going to end up stalling out or going backwards. And we don't want that, right? You want to continue to help people, especially doing the them plus 3, right? So encouraging everyone to have the growth mindset. And also, what are you listening to? If you're not listening to a podcast every day, your mind most likely will go toward the negative and you're going to get in a funk. So podcasts also, I'm not going to discount, for me personally, I think prayer, Bible reading, and personal growth books and affirmations, those are part of the things that help me stay encouraged, stay motivated, stay positive, and things like that. Okay. This system in the next 90 days is surrounding especially our new ambassadors. So as soon as you help someone, then you want to help them get their 3, right? And so this fresh start should be everyone that's working their business should be game for earning those bonuses. Did you guys see that? All Super Saturday bonus, the dates. I think January 27th or something, you've got to add your 3 people. And also, yes, not defaulting to old habits, just continuing to stick to the system. So I think that is all that I had written down. Let me see. The first 90 days are crucial, absolutely crucial for our Super Saturday training for the implementation purpose. And remember that progress trumps perfection. I know Genevieve said that on the live stream, and I really like that because the goal is to keep the ball moving forward. Maybe not a touchdown every time, but the goal is to keep making progress, okay? So, all right, that's all I've got. Do you guys have any quick questions?
Megan, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Anybody have any questions? Because she's here, so we've got her right now. If anybody has any questions, either unmute or anybody here. Any questions? Any thoughts? Anybody on there? You want to unmute yourself and ask a question? Nobody? Oh wait, is it a comment?
Oh yeah, you can type it in the chat if you prefer. If someone is on Zoom and wants to type the question in, there is a comment in the thread about I absolutely 99% of the time refuse to cold message, but this video sharing thing seems to make it better in my head. I think because it takes the pressure off of us to say the right thing to the person, especially if we don't know them very well. And so I feel like this system is really, really good if you're new or if you're constantly struggling on what to say to someone. And so then you end up not saying anything and not working your business, and then you stall out, right? You don't see growth. And because you don't see growth, you're not actually helping anyone. So I would also say, in light of cold message, I like to call it the first reach out. Instead of calling it cold, I feel like that is just like sends me shivers up my spine. I would not be Diamond if I didn't send initial reach out messages. Just saying, okay? Just as an example, it's been one of my scary things. Jessica Heffley has always preached, you have to do the scary thing. If you want growth in your life, you're gonna have to do something scary. Something that's outside your comfort zone, maybe even outside what your skill set, what you feel like your skill set is. And so one example of a cold message reach out is that I saw a friend, I don't even know this girl very well, but she's a nurse and she was connected to this other gal, right? And so this girl, my friend, was complaining about her migraines. Well, this other gal was complaining on the post that she had Lyme disease and yada, 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 all her horrible symptoms and stuff. And I saw that and was like, I should reach out to her. I mean, I know Shoshana's story. That's why I joined Plexus, was because of, in a big way, because of Shoshana. Shoshana has been in remission from her Lyme symptoms because Plexus helped her body rebalance, right? And so I reached out in faith and belief that this could help Tammy. Now, I didn't know Tammy. I had no idea if she was going to be offended, or I wasn't even friends with her, so she couldn't block me. I thought, well, what am I out? Like, I'm not out anything to just send her a message, right? So my mindset was, if this can help people, then I need to get out of my own head and quit being so self-focused and so fearful about a person and what they think, right? It just was like totally mindset for me. Long story short, Tammy ordered the products right away. She's like, oh, sure, I'll give it a try. I'm like, okay. And then I did not know this, but you have Lyme disease. A lot of times your brain is just foggy. And so those supplements sat on her counter for 1.5 years. And she ended up starting the products in April because she was basically at ground zero. She was like, I feel like dying. Like, what else is there? And she saw those on her counter and she's like, well, I don't think gut health is going to hurt me, so I'm just going to try it. She ended up messaging me like, hey, I'm herxing really bad. Like, I started the products finally and I'm having horrible detox. And so I coached her a little bit. I'm like, oh, this girl's done. I'm never going to hear from her again. But she understood the Herxheimer reaction and she knew she had to push through and work through that. She ended up going Ruby in 3 months, guys, because the products changed her life and she wants to help others. She's a travel nurse. And so y'all remember that story when you're scared of reaching out to someone because you're afraid of what they're going to think of you, because you have tools that can help change people's life, not just from a physical standpoint, but also from a financial standpoint. And I can say that in full faith because I see it all over our team. You may not have that belief yet, or you may not have that faith, but I had the faith and the belief as like teeny tiny mustard seed faith and belief when I started, but I knew that what we have could impact literally thousands of people. And so keep that in mind when you're messaging people. And guys, I get in funks about, man, what do I say? But hey, now we have the tools. They're in our back office. I don't feel like I need to pull it up right now, but they're in your back office under the resource library, and they're organized very well. Okay. And so make sure you tap into using the verbiage examples. So you literally can copy, paste, and send, and you're sharing the video that best suits that person, and you're inviting them to give it a try. Okay. Let's see. Was there? Oh, the Sip and See party. Okay, so I don't call it Sip and See. I take all of that verbiage out of it. I don't want people to, especially, these are for people that are like wholesale type people. If you have someone that's joining for the business, then yeah, use all the verbiage that you want to use. Talk about silver, talk about rank ups, talk about how much money they can make, talk about hosting a Sip and See or a couple of them, right? In their first month so they can help more people. So we're talking about, approaching basically people that are joining for products and finding out if they would be open to making a post, because I always put that seed in their mind that you never know, you have people that you can help. I'm sure that you're thinking of some people that have diabetes, that have gut health problems, that have autoimmune mystery symptoms. So I'm helping them. I'm planting those seeds in their mind, and then they're usually like, yeah, like I think I could, yeah. And then if they make that first post and I say, hey, how about if I just do a little online event for you and we can help your friends and family get on board? Just 3 people is going to help you pay for your products in a huge way. And now that we have those bonuses, guys, did you see all those bonuses? So helping people join with those $199 welcome packs are huge. And if you have head trash about the cost of those, number 1, they're discounted this month, okay? Number 2, they're getting more for less because it's basically like a bulk order. And then number 3, the more comprehensive packages are going to give people more to choose from, because this is something I've seen. Sometimes when people join, especially for weight loss, if they're only doing triplex, they don't see weight loss fast enough. Some people do, but there's a percentage of people that quit too soon because they give triplex 60 days and they don't drop 5 or 10 pounds, okay? The weight loss essentials pack with the shakes and the MetaBurn, like that one's fabulous. Some people, I really loved selling the triplex, Joyome, and was it the shakes? So those are amazing. So definitely make sure you're utilizing that and starting with that first. because you can always go down to the 99 welcome pack if someone is just like, that's out of my budget, right? But if they say that, then you can also share the opportunity with them and just say, hey, I would love to help you help a couple people. Like, what are your thoughts about that? So that's a little bit of my brain space on that.
Megan, I love all that you're sharing. One thing that came to mind was, what are some of the, how long were some of the times that it took for you to reach out to somebody and continuing to follow up before they took the plunge? So that we understand that sometimes it takes, I know what at Super Saturday they said 6 times now is the average, 6 to 7 times. But for you personally, do you have any stories that would encourage us in that way?
Like how many times to reach out to them before they say?
For me, it was probably 3 months before I joined you. But have you had people that were like a year or more, or somebody?
Well, I was 18 months.
Wow, okay.
And I'm like, why did I not join 18? Like when I first got that email from Shoshana, I was like, hello, I could be, I was just thinking like from a business standpoint, I could be so much farther along, but God knew that I needed that time because I was in a place in my health journey that I wasn't ready for Plexus. And so my encouragement, I guess, because I'm coming from a standpoint of belief and faith, it's just a matter of time for people to see that they need it for themselves, that I don't feel bad reaching back out to people because I know how it's changed my life, and I know how it's changed our finances. And so when people tell me no, I'm always like, girl, you have no idea what you're saying no to. That's just my goofy brain space when they tell me. But usually that's because they don't have enough knowledge. They don't know enough, because if they knew what I know, they would say yes in a heartbeat, right? So it's helping them see that. But that's how I think the third-party tools that Plexus is giving us, because those videos are really good. I feel like that's going to, like when we ask them if they'd be open to watching that video, then that's something is going to click with them in those. And then from there, they'll basically, when they verbalize that, what stuck out to them to you, then they're basically selling themselves on the thing, right? And I will say that also that Christy Hull said that Rebecca Folks was a good ambassador and kept following up with her every month for 4 months, and then she finally joined. But she did not watch the video that Rebecca sent her. She's like, oh, sorry, I didn't get around to that. And so Rebecca's like, that's okay. I'll follow up with you. And I don't remember her exact verbiage, but basically she just kept following up with her every month. And then she ended up joining.
So for you, when Megan was here, the last time she came to Maine, it was when you went Sapphire, Megan. I remember you had just gone Sapphire. And so we took Justin and Megan and their children to the and I remember one thing that stuck out to me was that you had just a plain notebook with all kinds of names of all the people that you were reaching out to, and it demystified, and it made it, to me, it encouraged me. That was the year that I went Emerald, because I was around you and I was able to see, like, it's not hard, that you just literally, you didn't have to have a pretty notebook. You literally, and I remember I was writing everything down and you were like, oh yeah, that's totally like your IPA. There's tons of names and you just keep going through people. I love it.
They're so ugly. Like my Plexus stuff doesn't look pretty. But I mean, I want it to, but I just don't have time to make it pretty because my life season. So I'm like, you know what? Get the names down on paper. I actually have this binder, and for me, my personal IPA, I'm just going through and circling the high influencers and people with big networks and business people, or people that I see with the skill set to do really well. And so I am reaching out about the business. And that's what Christy said. She's like, yeah, I only reach out about the business. She's like, I have from the get-go. Wow. And she still helps people start for the products, but that's all she did. I'm like, you know what? That's so smart. I should have, in a way, I feel like I've always only reached out. I shouldn't say only, but the large majority has been for products. And looking back, I could have built probably a lot more efficiently and faster if I was approaching people with the business. But I think then I didn't know what to say or how to approach it. And Plexus, because of this new system, has taken that like huge question mark out, because I don't have to talk or sell the business to them. That's what those videos are doing for people, because it's like,
what is one of your reach outs to one of those people that you've circled?
Well, I probably am going to use one of the reach out verbiages from Super Saturday.
Okay.
I mean, because these are people I know. It's not people that I have no idea who they are. I see something in them. And so, for example, Adina, she's a girl that is very musically talented, and she has a big family. She's homeschooled. She has a lot of just godly character and integrity. And so I'm going to reach out to her and just say, hey, Adina, I know we've chatted Plexus before, but you keep coming to mind because about this opportunity with Plexus. I see you as someone with the skill set, the integrity, your sweet spirit, and being, I don't even know what I'd say, such a godly woman. I see that as things that are exactly the characteristics that I'm looking for in people for my Plexus team. And I was curious if you'd be open to watching a little video about the opportunity. I would love to hear your thoughts. I don't know how well that stacks up against these reach out examples that they gave us, but I'm basically saying what they said. Here. Hey, it's just super kind of generic, but hey, I know this is random, and I've really wanted to be telling you about this company I've been working for, and I think you'd love it. You may or may not be interested, but if I send you a short video, would you take a look? So that's a kind of a generic way, but since I know some people, I might add a little bit more of what I see in them and why I think they would be good at it. But I feel like it still needs to stay really short. Like, don't tell a whole book. You're basically inviting. You're not sharing your story. Because the less you send, the better, I feel like. But you want to make it personal too.
So one thing that stood out to me too, Megan, was that they had said you send the video and then you wait 5 minutes. I don't think I've ever done that. Wait 5 minutes and then check back. Or, okay, I've never done that. Has anybody done that?
Can you ask them if they have 5 minutes right then?
So yeah, both of the videos are less than 5 minutes.
So I guess what my thought was, right. So but we would have to ask them. But it was just interesting to me that it's believing that people are going to watch it.
Did you watch it now?
Right. Because I've done that. I reached back out hey, just checking in to see if you watched that video yet. You know what I mean? And then, no, I haven't had time. Well, then I'm thinking, well, it's only 5 minutes. Put it on when you're in the car.
Well, I think you can send a follow-up hey, how about if I check back with you in the morning? Or set another time.
At 5:07.
Or when do you think, I think Bob Heilig had said on one of his videos to ask them, when would be a good time for you to watch it? When do you
Yeah, ask them to set the time.
Always putting it in their court. Who? Okay. Oh, no, we're not. Can you guys hear? We're not frozen. We're not frozen, but they are.
Back on. Oh, there you are. Oh, you're muted though, Lisa.
Who? Okay. So, well, thank you, Megan. I feel like we have.
You're welcome. Were there any? Is your time up?
Send it you on. We're very excited. I feel like we need a better Wi-Fi. I can tell you that. All right, Megan. Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me.
Oh, at least your expression's good.
Yes, yep. All right. Thank you. Blessings. Gallery view. Okay. I am so sorry about all of this. Like, this is ridiculous. Did you guys want to laugh tonight? Because I feel like we are succeeding, maybe? So, okay. Megan was amazing. I know we're not all on because of the frustration maybe of the on again, off again, but we want to close with a few exciting things at 7:36. So I'm going to have Amy talk a little bit about the me and 3 and them and 3 and the refreshing, the restarting. So can you do that? And then we're going to talk about our incentive, and I'll chat about that.
Okay. So I was just rereading the qualifications for that because it was confusing me a little bit at Super Saturday. I don't know if you guys, everybody should have gotten an email about that. It's restart or fresh start and refresh, right? So it's for both brand new ambassadors or those of us who are already silver or super silver, wherever we are in our journey. So but it's the same thing for both of us. And really all it is talking to you guys too, getting back to the basics of what we're supposed to do every month, honestly. But what they're doing is they're rewarding. So there's a 30, a 60, and a 90-day plan. You plus me and them plus 3. So I took some notes here. Okay, so to qualify for the refresh, you have to have already been an ambassador by the 12th of January. So that's all of us. But if we had somebody new like this week, they can play too. It's just called start or fresh start or fast start for them, but it's the same thing. Okay. Okay. So you have to have your subscription on. It has to be active. It can be conditional or unconditional, but it has to be active and it has to be on in order to qualify. And you have to have 100 PV go through your office the months of January and February. So like 200 PV, it doesn't have to be just your own. It can be customers as well. Does that make sense? 200
across 2 months.
It says 200 between January 11th and February 11th. So, but if you've got 200, okay, we'll just say 200 between the two because that's less confusing. Does that make sense so far? It's stuff we should be doing anyway, right? Having a subscription on, having 200. The 200 PV is a little bit confusing because I think you can have 200 PV one of the months. It just has to be 200 PV between January 11th and February 11th, okay? So the first 30-day goal is you have to enroll 3 people with the 199 welcome pack. The 99 welcome pack doesn't count for this Plexus challenge, okay? So 3 with the 199 welcome pack and subscriptions on. Okay, if you do that in 30 days between January 11th to February 11th, that's the 30-day window, you get a $100 bonus. Okay, and if you've never gone silver before, you get your first $100 bonus. If you do it in 14 days, you get another $100 bonus. So you can earn $200 just in the first 30 days. Okay, so that's your goal for the first month. Me plus 3, 199. Welcome pack subscription on, okay? Then the 60-day goal is now them plus 3. Again, it's back to the basics. It's helping our 3 go silver. So if we help our 3 get 3 with the 199 welcome packs and the subscription on, if we do that, then we get $150 on top of what we got the last month. Okay, and then in the fine print it says plus the super silver bonus if it hasn't yet been earned. So I think they're going to come out with the super silver incentive again. Super silver is halfway to gold, 50 points. So that's the 60-day plan. All it really is you helping your previous month's 3 go silver. Okay, with 199 welcome packs though. That's super important. The 90-day goal is helping all of those guys get their 3. Okay, and so if you do that, what they've done is in 3 months, you've gone gold. If you've never gone gold before, and you've gone gold again, wherever you are in your rank, essentially. And if you do that, you earn $250 plus a gold bonus if you've never gone gold before. Okay, does that make sense?
250.
Which is
350.
350, yep. So you have to have at least, it's at least 30 ambassadors on your first 3 physical levels. So looking at it, like even I feel a little bit overwhelmed by that. But if it's back to the basics, what you're doing is you're just this month, we're going to add 3 people. And then next month, we're going to help those 3 people go silver. And then the month after that, we're going to help those people go silver. Does that make sense?
The question, what if it's not those? But
You have to have 30 active on your levels 1 through 3. That's what that
But
is.
she's saying, what if it's not the 3 that you just added? What if it was somebody that was added before?
Right, but if, like, she's already on my team,
Yep.
but what if she goes silver and then she has 3 people, but one of them maybe was already on her team?
Can you guys
She
hear
goes
her?
silver.
It's the 3 that you've added in this month's period of time. It's in this period of time.
To those people.
Well, it's specific to this period of time, but say you might add, some people might add more than 3.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
What if I have, I guess what I'm asking, I have some wholesalers. What if I go to them with this new
yes,
thing
absolutely.
and they
Yeah.
start sharing?
Yep.
Do they count in those 3? Like if they go silver?
For them,
Right.
it'll count for them. If the people sign on with the 199 welcome packs, they do the 3, that counts for them.
Right.
just
That's for
because.
them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to get your 3 too. Yeah. So it's rewarding. It's rewarding our individual action, and it's rewarding us helping our people go silver. So it really is back to the basics. But that sounds like crack. But with cash every month for doing it too. You know, and what it is it's not shallow growth. It's which is what we talk about all the time, right? It's sustaining growth, and it's keeping our people sustained too, bringing our new people in and instantly helping them get money in their hands. Because what 3 reasons why people stay, right? We give them results on the products, we get a paycheck in their hand, and we give them a place to belong. So that's our goal.
That's good. So Plexus has put out some visuals as well. We have graphics. I'm very visual, so Amy actually drew a little something, which I think is good. It's just the circles, but we can take a little snapshot and put it on our chat thread, because I feel like every little bit, every way that I can see something, different graphics, it helps me because I'm very visual like that.
I'll draw it better. And do a
So,
snapshot.
okay, so that is that. Anybody have any specific questions regarding that? We're going to move on to some more exciting news. Okay, so in regards to this, we've got a couple of things that are going to be kind of going on. That's just our team. Yay! Woo! Yeah, we're excited. So yes, it's our team. No, not one team. Our team.
Team-O.
This team. Okay, so here we go, guys. Are you ready? We've just birthed this today, so we're super excited. Are you ready?
Some people.
Okay, we did, but it's being recorded. It's being recorded. So, okay, so here's the deal. We talk about convention and how convention is important. So we kind of got our brains together today. We've been talking with my sideline, Angie. Some of you guys know Angie. She's in Tennessee. She's under Megan as well. And we're just chatting and thinking, what can we do to motivate us, all of us, to really think about and be open-minded about going to convention. The year that I've been twice, one year I did not go, and I just was not able to go. I wished I could, but I just didn't that year. We went in 2016, my husband and I, and then we went last year. Amy and I went last year. I mean,
A bunch of us.
You did not go. We had other people. Rachel went. So anyways, so we are going to do this. We're going to do our own little incentive, and this is what it's going to be. The minimum requirement for this, first I'm going to tell you what the requirements are, and then I'm going to tell you what it is. The requirement is January, February, March, and April. You have 4 months to add a minimum of 12 ambassadors. That works out to 3 ambassadors a month. Totally doable, okay? Now, these ambassadors that you add we're not going to say they have to have a $199 welcome pack, but if you're doing this,
They have to have a welcome.
they have to have a welcome pack. But what I'm saying is, though, if someone doesn't want the $199 welcome pack to work with what Amy just talked about, that's okay for what we're doing, okay? So you would add 12 as a minimum, say 3 per month. They have to buy a welcome pack. They have to have their subscription set to at least 100 PV, and they have to have at least one subscription go through, okay? So the minimum is 12 welcome pack subscription process on that next month.
Meaning they do it for 60 days.
Meaning they do it for 60 days. When you do that, okay, that qualifies you for this incentive. And here's the incentive. We are going to pick the top 2 enrollers within that 4-month period in our team, and we will reimburse, you ready? Your airfare up to $400.
Yeah.
So I have just, now listen up, I have just gotten on, I've just gotten on Google Flights because I checked with my hubby and I'm like, he always gets our flights, okay? So this is the deal. If we have people that are neck and neck, so say we have 4 people that signed on 16, or we have, you know what I'm saying, we will then draw for that, okay? And if we have that kind of an issue, who knows what we'll do, okay? We'll play it by
Maybe
ear.
we'll do all 4.
We are gonna do at least 2, okay? We're gonna put it that way. But here's the other thing, that we didn't wanna leave it. Now, if you have a nursing baby, Rebecca, or if you can't, I'm just saying, because some people, I couldn't 2 years ago. I wasn't able to go. And I would have thought it would have been cool if I would have been included in some sort of incentive. So here's the deal. Still work for it. Because if you win that, we're going to give you $300 cash. We'll just write you a $300 check. Okay? So but this is the deal. You also have to be registered for a convention to be part of this. You got to go register for a convention. It's $79 right now in your back office.
I haven't registered yet.
And if you earn the prizes for convention, guess what? They go into your account. I confirmed. All you have to do is register. You get whatever prizes.
Oh,
you don't get a water bottle.
Oh.
You wouldn't get the $50 store credit.
But you
those
get
days.
cash.
But if you earn the $100 cash, you will get cash put into your account. You don't have to go. You have to be registered.
Check
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome, Chickie.
There's a
So
$700
it doesn't
cash.
matter. Yeah. So I don't want this to be confusing. So this is one thing. I'm just going to reiterate this one more time. Okay. So you have to add 12 ambassadors welcome packs, subscription set to 100 PV, and they have to do it 60 days on the product. You will be then qualified to be in this drawing, or not drawing, but you'll be qualified to be in this incentive. And the top 2 enrollers, if we need to draw, we will. If we have so many, you will get it up to 400. So if you get your tickets for 350, that's what you'll get. And we'll give you that check. The reason I do this is what Plexus does for their jewels. I went to Hawaii in October, and they allowed us, I think, $500 per ticket to Hawaii. And if we were smart, and if we came in, I was like, oh my gosh, some of them looked like they were 6. So if you wait and you pay a little bit more, we're going to give you up to 400. Does that make sense? I feel like that's fair. We're kind of modeling after what Plexus does. And I did go and I looked at some of the airfare. It's very doable right now. That's one incentive. The second incentive, okay, and then also 300 if you are one of those people and you just can't go, no worries. But everyone should register for convention because we're going to help you do prizes, okay? And I have printed off for those of us local. I'll put this in our link so that you can all print this off. Somebody on Megan's team, I think it was Lynn. She's a sweet girl. She made this. It's not like it's anything amazing, but I love it because it's just very simple. It says Convention 2019. These are our goals, and we're going to track our points, okay? I've not ever done this. Amy did this when she swept the prizes at Leaders Retreat, which she decided at the last minute that she was going to sweep it. She would have swept it last year for convention. She was just
I was one customer short.
She was one customer short. So let's just say this is going to keep us on track. So don't discount and say, I've done this, guys. I did this last year. I did it at the Emerald Extravaganza in Hawaii. I didn't do this because I felt discouraged, like, how can I do this? We're all going to do this together. If you guys say, hey, I just want to get $100 cash, awesome. Here's your tracker. We can all do that, okay? So we're gonna, my dog wants in on this too, my puppy. And so we're gonna sweeten the pot just a little bit more. So for the next 2 weeks, for the rest of this month, whoever will add 5 ambassadors for the rest of the month, 5 ambassadors welcome pack, and then once next month's subscription goes through, we're gonna give you $50.
Everyone.
Everybody excited? Everyone, there's no limit. We're not saying 5 people get 50. If you add 5 from this point on, and we'll count January. We said
All
that,
of
right?
January?
Did we say that?
We said from now till the end of the month.
Is that what we originally said?
Well, it's up to you.
Okay.
No, it's up to you. We can count January. Let's count January.
Let's count January.
Just that one like yesterday.
Yeah, let's count
Yeah,
January.
yeah.
So
I did a lot.
I've got one too. So, and Amy and I are doing the work too. I mean, we're not going to pay ourselves, but we're doing the work too. I mean, like I'm like pushing. So you need to add 5 in the month. And so welcome packs, and we don't care if it's $1.99 or $99. Just add 5. I mean, I'm going to push for $1.99 because I want to earn what Plexus is doing. I want to get in on that. So, but we will pay you the $50 after their subscription processes for the 100 PV, at least 100 PV in February. Does that make sense? So you'll get $50. Okay. So we're trying to bless you, and we want to create momentum because I'm sure you guys have been in momentum in some form, whatever part of your life. And this team, when we've been in momentum, it's fun. And I like fun. I don't like just not having any change or having any vision. And this past year, 2018 was kind of a difficult year for a lot of people. I was talking to Justin and Megan about that earlier, that we feel like 2019, things are changing, and we feel freshness and vision for this year. So we wanted to end the night telling you guys that we believe in you, we're excited, and don't discount convention. One of the reasons that Plexus and any company does their annual convention is obviously they want to inspire people. They want to gather people together to see that it can be done. And when I sat in convention this past year, sitting there looking around and thinking, I can do just what these people are doing. My team, our team, we can do this. It's, the other people are not super special. We can do it too. Jerriana, what did you just say? Let's go over to the chat thread. Do you earn points if you're registered? No, you just need to register. Now, if you registered for Super Saturday, you got 50 points. You'll get 50 credits. They're called credits. Or points, right?
Yeah, just for registering for Super
Yeah,
Saturday.
credits. So you will get 50 for that. Also, have you guys registered for Slim Down? Slim Down, if you register for that, it's free to register. If you don't know what Slim Down is, go in your back office and there's a little thing, the icon that you can click. You'll get 50 credits for that as well. When you complete Slim Down in 2 or 3 months, you'll get 150 credit, or is it 175? 150. So Plexus is doing everything they can to help us achieve our goals. So that's one of the reasons I love this company. So
How many people are doing that? Are you registered?
I've registered. So the Plexus Slim Down is Plexus Worldwide. They're just helping. It's a group that we can have our newbies purchase a welcome pack, and then they sign into this. And it's basically an accountability where they're doing prizes and different things. Honestly, I did it just so I could get the 50 credits.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm busy and I'm not really keeping up with any of that. Okay. So go team. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, well, Elizabeth, you can't go to convention, but so say you want to earn the prizes, like there's a $100 cash prize, there's a $700 cash prize. Even if you know you can't go, if you register, you can participate to win the prizes. Right. So if you earn that $700 cash prize, it's going to be deposited into your bank account even if you don't go. But it won't be if you don't register. Do you know what I mean? Because they just want life can change. You know what I mean, on a dime. So the incentive from Plexus is like, you never know. Maybe you can go. Who knows? Right. So if you at least register, you can play. And so the reason why Amy and I we're doing the 300 for someone who couldn't go. So Elizabeth, you would be you could be part of that. Like if you won the incentive that Amy and I are doing for, the minimum of 12 people, and you won, we would give you 300. But the reason that we're saying we're going to reimburse up to 400 to get to convention, because convention leaders are born at events. And so we always understand that there are reasons that sometimes people can't go. And so we want to honor that. And we want to incentivize and bless, whoever can't actually go to convention. But when we can go, it is life-changing. So anybody else? You want to campground? Yeah. Yeah. Life is busy. Yeah. We couldn't financially our first 2 years. It was just not even like within even talking about, but it's still, I think I like the incentive that they do, that even if you register knowing you can't go, this is new. Before any prizes, if you didn't go, you didn't get the prizes. Right. Even if you earned all the cash, if you didn't go, you didn't get it. So that's kind of nice from them. So what we didn't talk about tonight, which I think is super important, so maybe we should put it in our thread, is the goal setting part and the rank that you want to be. And so I know what Megan's had us do in the past is like, so it's January 2019. What rank do you want to be January 2020? And then back it up. Where are you going to be 9 months from then, 6 months, and 3 months? Do you know, where are you going to be in 3 months' time? And do it into bite-sized chunks. And so maybe we put that in our conversation thread so we all can see. and then give that to your sponsor, to who you signed up under, and they can breathe. It's going to maybe be one of three things: either right on, you are totally right, yes, or it's going to be like, girl, dream bigger, or it's going to be like, you're probably not going to be diamond in 3 months, right? So let's, make them realistic. You know what I mean?
So we are going to end from tonight. We're going to get off in just 60 seconds. We are going to be creating another chat thread. And so what we're going to do is, this is per Megan's advice, we're going to create a chat thread for those of us that are pushing for convention, regardless if you can go or not, because again, we just said you can earn the prizes. So why would you not work for it, right? So it's going to grow your business, it's going to grow you. So we're going to be creating a chat thread that's going to be, we're going to be having some things to do. We're going to be encouraging, and also within that, ranking up. If you want to rank up, you need to work for convention, because you build your business when you're pushing for these prizes, you're going to be building your business. So, all right, guys, thank you so much.
Don't be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Don't be overwhelmed.
It's all good.
What did you say?
7-day challenge on Monday. Goodness gracious, Amanda, thank you. So we'll get on. I'll do a Facebook Live on the team page. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that later. I'm gonna let you guys go. We're gonna do
Tell them at least what it is.
It's a 7-day slim trial. It's gonna be a slim trial group that we're doing starting Monday. I'm gonna get on the team page tonight before I go to bed, so you guys will know. Okay?
Don't be overwhelmed. Be excited. Talk to your sponsor. It's going to be great.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Love you.